Good morning, everyone. It's Gigi Sober Sun. March 26th. Strength comes also from working with other alcoholics. When you're trying to help a new prospect with the program, you are building up your own strength at the same time. You see the other person in the condition you might be in yourself, and it makes your resolve to stay sober stronger than ever. Often, you help yourself more than the other person. But if you do succeed in helping the prospect to get sober, you are stronger from the experience of having helped another person. Am I receiving strength from working with others? I finally went to a meeting here in the city where my sister and brother-in-law live, and the speaker said something about, it was a great speaker. I'm really glad I went. And it also broke the ice of not having gone to a meeting here since they moved here. And I've been visiting off and on, but usually it's a fly-through kind of visit, so I'm not really here that much. I've been doing some acting work in Atlanta, and so that's where I'm spending a lot of the time when I come up this way, and this is just kind of a waypoint in between. I'm so blessed that they've been so generous with their home. But even when my former girlfriend and I came up and we're both in recovery, we looked for meetings and it just didn't line up. We were looking for an early morning meeting on Sunday, and there just isn't one. At least there wasn't at the time. I'm going to check again here real quick. But anyway, her story, her sponsor was like, "I'm not your friend. If I try to be your friend, I'll kill it. It'll kill you. You know, trying to be your friend will kill you. You have assignments," she said, "and if you don't, you have writing assignments, and if you don't do them, you fire yourself." It's like, wow, that's some, but I mean, it's, it's a, it's important. It's important to tell people that up front. Anyway, her sponsor told her that once we get past the third step, you can, and her thing for the third step was having service commitments. She said, and if you're chairing meetings and having service commitments, your ego and pride will not allow you to drink. So you get service commitments. And once you get past the third step, you can sponsor people, because I know that if you're sponsoring people, your pride and ego won't allow you to pick up a drink. I thought, wow, that's one way to look at it for sure. And this woman admitted, yeah, that's what worked. It worked for her. She said you can sponsor and sponsor people up to whatever step you're on. And that was interesting. I'd never heard that one before, but that was so that is one way to look at helping others. Now, I've heard of people getting too buddy with their sponsees in early recovery, and they both end up drinking. So that's a good one. Getting too prideful as well. If they have a certain amount of success in early recovery helping other alcoholics, but humbly telling your story, being willing to tell your story, definitely helps. And also letting go of whether or not you're the outcome of whether that person gets sober. If you take the AA approach to this is what we did, if you try it, you might find success. Because rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. But if you get sober, that's on you. That's your decision. That's your choice. It's huge. That's huge. Just to be able to give what God has given you and what God can use to help others and back off the result, the outcome. That's true humility, and that is truly, as I mentioned yesterday, giving God his position as the supreme spirit of the universe. It's like, I'm going to leave the outcome up to you. Continue to do what I feel you directing me to do. I'll leave the outcome up to you, because I can misinterpret stuff. Meditation for the day. Faith is the bridge between you and God. It is the bridge that God has ordained. If all were seen and known, there would be no merit in doing right. Well, that's true. Therefore, God has ordained that we do not see or know directly, but we can experience the power of His Spirit through our faith. It is the bridge between us and Him, which we can take or not as we will. There could be no morality without free will. We must make the choice ourselves. We must make the venture of belief. And it goes back to that, I can never remember what page it's on, but it says we must carry this with us daily, the vision of God's will with us daily. We can exercise our willpower along this line all we wish. It is the proper use of our will that falls right in line with that. That's some powerful stuff. It is the bridge between us and Him, which we can take or not as we will. Therefore, there could be no morality without free will, and no merit in doing right. If we know everything, we have to seek the right thing. It's just like, when I wake up in a crappy mood because of a bad dream or something like that, or whatever, all I see is injustice in the world and stuff like that. And I heard somebody say the other day that they don't look at social media or look, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or even YouTube, until no other external input, basically, until the afternoon, until they go through their morning routine. So they're not listening to the radio or anything like that, watching the news, nothing, because he feels that it's really important to get the mindset set, which I would agree with. I'm going to try to start doing that as one of my atomic habits. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may choose and decide to cross the bridge of faith. I pray that I may that by crossing this bridge I may receive the spiritual power I need. Amen. Have a great day, folks. Look up, aim up, and rise up.